Hey guys, it's Marina. I'm here to do an update on my dreads. This would be week 4, month 1. So, I've gotten a couple questions and a couple of remarks about my hair, which is totally fine, I guess. It doesn't really bother me. Um, I'm just going to start off with what's been going on lately with my hair and what I changed. So, I did tighten up my dreads. I tightened them up and I used a crochet hook, which if any of you have seen the method of it, basically you can do the pack comb or you can do the twist and rip or whatever you want to do. And once you do that, if you want to tighten them up with a crochet hook, you can do that. Basically, just pull it through or push it through and grab hairs from the other side and pull it. Now you want to be careful when you're doing that, so that way you don't rip your hair. Because if you start hearing it rip, which you'll know is ripping, don't do that because you're going to break your hair. And if you do it too much, it's going to mess up your dreads. It's going to look nasty. So, not to mention damage your hair a lot, and I don't want to damage my hair, so I've been very careful about how that. It took a day and did a few hours, and had a movie marathon with my sister, and just crocheted all of them in, or tightened them up. Basically, is what I did. And the reason why I did that was because, okay, so when I do this right here, or I lift one up, let's see here if I can get this to do what I want it to do. Yeah, my hairs. There's still loose hairs, and I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but I still have loose hairs, which isn't that bad. But before, because I wash my hair frequently, there was a lot of loose hairs, and up here particularly would stick to each other really bad. Now that wouldn't be so bad if I didn't have such a tender head, and it's not tender per se; it's just sensitive. So it's not that it hurt me. It hurt me when I was pulling it apart. It hurt me later because my head would just be sore and uncomfortable. So I wanted to minimize that as much as possible. So what I did was I crocheted them to be a little bit tighter so that wouldn't be an issue. And I just took my first shower after crocheting them today, and I didn't really have that issue, not like before. So um, my hair has shortened up a little bit, which I expected because I did a little bit of back combing and tight because I needed to tighten them. Um, let's see what else. I haven't had any issues as far as anything else. I do want to make, because I got my own mint in my garden that I'm growing, and I got spearmint, peppermint, and sweet mint, and so I'm going to experiment with those plus some rosemary. I know there's some sprays you can make, so I've been wanting to make my own oils and stuff anyway. So that's what I'm going to do with those once they start getting more lush. My lemon balm's doing great, so I've been using that, and like I'll make some water, put some lemon balm, and then I just put some peppermint leaves in there earlier. So it's really good. Anyway, but yeah, I'm gonna make some oils and then make some spray because I like the feeling when when it's on your scalp and your scalp is like really cool. To me, that is like such a great feeling. So that's what I want to do. And I've had that before because when I did my dreadlocks, not this time, but the time before, um, I had this shampoo that I used, and it had this mint after effect. So it would get all the residue out, and it's like my head would feel super cool, and I really love that. So I'm gonna try to do my own little thing with that and spray. But anyway, that's pretty much what's been going on. The hooks that I use, the crochet hooks, if you're curious, is the 1.90 millimeter hook. I got it as in a package at Walmart, and they come in a whole bunch of small sizes, and I just basically grabbed the smallest one. So I did get a couple questions from my friend Lottie Faith on YouTube. Hi, Andy. And I'm going to go ahead and answer those for her. So she says she's been watching a few people with dreads lately, and she doesn't want me to feel like she's judging it. I totally don't because we talk a lot, and she's not like that. So, um, and even if you were, I would still answer your questions and not be offended. So it's totally okay. Um, thank you. She says I have gorgeous hair, and she feels like I might be hiding it. She wants to know why I'd want to do that. Um, I guess it's a choice that you make as it's just something you decide to do. I really can't, I'm not really sure. I don't really want to hide my hair. Um, I mean, that's why I still have my curls at the bottom. And I told you guys before, I really love my curls, and I do. That's why I feel it's really important for me to have my curls at the bottom. While some people will, you know, go all the way to the bottom and then make it blunt at the bottom. So it's just like, I guess, kind of like, hold on, it'd be more like a rounded bottom. I don't want my dreads like that. I want my curls at the bottom because that is still my hair and I do love my curls. So I guess my appeal to me would be when I do have a story about it. My sister was, I think, 8 or 9, and she had dreads. She had dreads when we were little, and her hair was so pretty to me. And I know we would get like me and my siblings, we would get in like arguments or whatever because that's what you do when you're kids, and you say mean things. And so we would say mean things about her hair, and it wasn't very nice. And I'm sorry, Aisha, if you're watching. I'm sorry we made fun of your dreads on occasion. No, but I did. Most of the time, I would tell her that I loved her hair. So, and even every time I did say something mean, I would apologize right after and be like, I really do like your hair. Because I did. I loved her hair. And her hair was, it was this really pretty brown color. And she was outside all the time. And we lived in Arizona. So she got so much sunlight on her hair. And we all did. And so we would get gold, like golden blonde hair. And it would just be from the sun. And so the top part of her hair was brown. And then it would turn to gold. And her tips would be super pretty blonde, and her hair was dreads, and it was so pretty. Like I remember it was just super pretty to me, and I really liked it. So um, I guess it's just something I decided to do later and just try out for myself. So I've tried to do this multiple times and failed, and this is the first time that it's been going really well, and I'm hoping to keep them for a long time. And I do. I haven't really done any. I guess as far as damage is concerned, because she asked me about damage. She wanted to know it. Um, she seems like it. She said it seems like it would damage your hair. Yeah, if you don't do it right, or if there's ways that, yeah, it can damage your hair because you are pulling, and I mean, you're letting them knot themselves in the knots. Like if you just leave your hair, if you don't wash it and you just go to sleep and you wake up and you don't brush it, it's gonna turn into knots on its own. It'll naturally dread, and I mean, I don't think that would damage your hair so much as taking it out. And like when I crochet my hair in there, like if I start hearing it rip, and you'll hear your hair rip, like if you start hearing it rip and you don't stop, yeah, you're gonna damage it. Or if you're brushing it out and you really don't care and you're just trying to get your dreads out, you'll damage it too. So I'm very careful about that. I don't want to damage it because if I do, it'll end up later my hair where it's all, if there's too much ripped, broken, loose hair in there, it'll eventually break off and fall off and it'll look bad. And I don't want to damage my hair, so I'm very careful about that. And as far as smells concerned, I shampoo my hair and I wash it a lot. So that's also a choice a person makes if they're going to wash their dreads or not. I mean, for me, I wash my hair. I actually got my shampoo so you can see what I use. I use olive oil oars, and I think I got it at Walmart, and it's removes buildup while moisturizing and gently cleansing and neutralizes. So I really like this. It smells good, and I also use the olive oil heat stuff for my hair when I straighten my bangs, because otherwise it'll just be like this big poof up here. So I mean, it smells good. I mean, for me, yeah, it smells a little bit like this, and I don't want my hair to smell too strongly because if it does, it leaves a residue, and that can not be good either. Like, there's this thing with dreads. Like, if you wash your hair and it takes forever to dry, you have to be careful how you wash it because you want to get all the shampoo out, otherwise it's going to mildew or mold. There's going to be a buildup if you use the wrong shampoo because they have fragrances in them, and that leaves behind a residue, just like some soaps do that. So you want to be careful with what you're using in your hair because there will be a buildup and a residue, and if you don't take care of it, it does end up bad because this stuff will end up staying in your dreads. So I got to be careful about that stuff. I mean, I don't know. And then there's also, the matter of heat. Like, okay, if I stay outside and I'm just sitting in the heat, my head's gonna, yeah, my head's good. If I'm sweating and stuff, it's gonna start smelling. Like if my sister, she has really curly hair. If she's just hanging out outside and she gets really hot from running around, her head's gonna stink too. Like it's not because she doesn't take showers or she doesn't wash her hair. It's because it's what happens when you're outside and you're sweating in the heat. Your head will stink. But that has nothing to do with me having dreads or not. Let's see. She said she saw somebody taking out her dreads and it hurt a lot at first. She said it was like a bunch of little ponytails that she's worn all day and that were pulling. She said she had hers for 2 years, and one of the reasons she's taking them out, she says sleeping on them can be painful. Okay, so for me, I noticed that when I go to sleep, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt me when I sleep. It actually seems really a lot more comfortable because I can make it into a cushion. Like if I put it in a bun or if I just like fold it in half and put it on my head and then I lay back, unless I have beads in my hair, which I do right now, and my beads are pushing on my scalp, it doesn't hurt unless I like hit it on a wall or something. But no, there's no pain when I go to sleep. I mean, my head hasn't gotten that heavy. I mean, maybe hers were really long and mine haven't gotten that long yet. So I don't know how it'll be when they're longer, but for right now, I guess I do know how it'll be because when I did it last time, I put in extensions and I hated it because it wasn't my hair and it seemed like really rough. Oops, sorry. It seemed really rough. The hair did. It was really coarse and it wasn't mine. So it really drove me nuts. And it didn't hurt when I was sleeping. It hurt when I got out of the shower because it was so heavy. And I think going from super short hair to suddenly having long hair and it getting wet and pulling, that would make anybody's head sore. So I think growing with them in, like having my hair grow with the dreads in, will be beneficial for me because my head will just be used to it. Like it'll be my own hair, it'll be natural, it'll be like, okay, I'm hoping it'll be okay. So um, I don't expect to have any issues as far as sleeping or anything like that. I guess let's see, a couple downsides that I've noticed to having them is sometimes I get really dirty looks. I've actually had a message from somebody, and she was a nice lady. She told me that she's gonna unsubscribe to me because she hated my hair, and so that's totally fine. It's okay. She was nice about it, but I guess some people are gonna hate things that you do, and some people are. I mean, it's my hair. I mean, it's not a big deal, and not it doesn't change who I am as a person. It doesn't affect. I don't know. I guess it's unpleasant to look at for some people. And I actually saw a video for one of the ladies because there's a stigma that the hair when you have dreads that they're just nasty. So I guess I can see why some people will just be like, ugh. But if you take if that's because if those people choose to not take care of their hair or they do something gross, like if you put egg in your hair, it's gonna do nasty things. And I know people think that when you have, if you do that stuff without dreads, it's fine. You can just wash it out and then you can brush it, and rinse it out. It'll be fine. When you have dreads, this stuff, you got to remember, this stuff is going to go into these knots. Like you have, because that's basically what dreads are. It's a knots. It's a bunch of knots and it just basically turned into like a rope or something. Like you kind of, section it out. But I'm saying like if you put egg in your hair or toothpaste or peanut butter, I've heard about weird things. It's gonna do nasty things. It's food. Like it's gonna rot in your hair because it's not gonna just come right out like it would if it was like this. Okay, you can't just get it out. It's gonna be in there and it's nasty. Like why would you? That's not a good idea. I don't recommend doing these things, but it's not something I would do it with my hair. And I haven't had any complaints about my hair stinking. My fiance actually, I was a little worried about him because he's known I've been wanting to do it. I did it with him while we were together the first time, and he liked it because my hair was really long and he thought it was pretty. But um, he was like worried about it because he said, if you make them too thick, I'm not gonna like it. Well, I'm not gonna make my hair too thick. So he actually says he really likes it. He hasn't had any complaints, and I've asked him because I get a little worried. I don't want it to be like uncomfortable for him. My hair's still curly. I still like after I take a shower sometimes my dreads will curl up. Like they'll just go into a curl. It's funny. So I'll ask him and make sure is it does it stink? Are they doing anything weird? Does it bother you? He'll be like, no. it's fine. And he'd be like, your hair doesn't smell. It smells like the shampoo. So, um, I haven't had any issues as far as smell or hygiene with my hair. Like I said, that's something you do or don't do. As a person, you either take care of your hair or you don't. And for me, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to take care of my hair. That's my, it's on my head. Like I have to. Like ew, no, I can't not do it. I just have, I have, I love my hair. So I'm going to treat it like it's loved. So, um, I guess that's it for right now, and I'll keep you guys updated and posted on what I learn and developments. I hope you guys are all doing well. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section. And if it's something I know, I will definitely, or just give you my opinion or um, what I know about it. Or if you have any advice, I'm happy to hear about it too. If you, yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna go and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.